Hey, this is Nicolosi, and we're continuing the Gain Computer module tutorial series where we demonstrate how to use the module to create all kinds of dynamics processors. And we have the same setup here as before, simple drum loop being processed by an instance of Mela inserted as an audio effect, and this is what it sounds like. I have configured this preset to be a simple compressor. And now what we're going to do is create a look-ahead compressor. You may have noticed that a lot of compressors have this feature. And what it does is that it applies gain reduction slightly earlier because the built-in envelope may not be reacting fast enough to transients. And it's quite easy to do in Mela. So what we're going to do is insert another lane with just audio in, and we can just move gain and audio out here. And now what we have is that pretty much the same setup, as in the sound, it will sound the same because Gain Computer is receiving the same audio signal and we're getting the same audio input here. Both of them are set to input 1 and the gain reduction is applied, and so the compressor will sound the same. But now what we're going to do is we're going to delay this signal slightly. So we'll insert a delay module and we'll set it to time, and we just set it to something low like 2 milliseconds. Now what's happening now is that this gain module is receiving the audio 2 milliseconds later than this Gain Computer. So which means the gain reduction is now applied slightly earlier. Okay, let's hear what it sounds like, and then I'll bypass this delay module and listen for the difference. You may have noticed that when the delay module is on, drums lose their clickiness. I'm going to increase the delay to make this more obvious. So what's happening now is that the gain reduction is applied just before transients start to happen, and that's why it lost that clickiness. Now, you also might be concerned that our drum loop is now delayed by 10 milliseconds. And at the moment, it's not an issue because we only have one track. But when you have multiple tracks, delaying one track by 10 milliseconds might have a significant effect to the overall sound. And you might want to compensate for that. To do that, what you can do, you can enter same amount here. We'll enter 10 milliseconds here. And now what will happen is that Logic will send audio signal to Mela 10 milliseconds earlier than the other tracks. So that way, when this the audio comes into this delay, it will be, so when it comes in here, it comes in 10 milliseconds earlier, then delay delays it by 10 milliseconds. In other words, by the time it reaches the gain module, the signal is again in sync with the other tracks. And this Gain Computer, because it doesn't have a delay, it continues to receive signal 10 milliseconds earlier. Okay, so this happens thanks to the feature called plugin latency compensation. And note that not all DAWs currently support it, especially on iOS. Okay, so that's how you create a look-ahead compressor. You can do the same with a gate or a limiter or expander. The principle is the same. You just delay the signal that's going to be processed by whatever amount you like. Okay, that's all for now. Like and share if you found this useful. For any questions or feedback, leave a comment below. See you next time.